Hey YouTube, are you like me and like to change your hairstyle, but you can't just rip your wig off because you would look like who done it and why? Well, here's a hairstyle that I do when I get tired. First, you want to start off by brushing all of the kinks out of your wig. It can get kind of matted with just taking it off and throwing it around, so just make sure you brush it and get it smooth. Next, you want to find some type of edge control. The edge control that I use is Hicks Edges. You can find this at your local beauty supply store. It is quite pricey, but believe me, this is the best that I've ever tried. So you want to separate how thick you want your braid. You can either tie your hair in a bow in the back, or you can just leave it out. So here I decided to tie it back, but eventually I took it out because you want to make sure that you can incorporate it, all of your hair plus your edges, to make it look as natural as possible. So apply your edges and brush and smooth it out. This will help you start your cornrow to be nice and flat. See how it's laid? So now you want to start to cornrow, and however you cornrow, overhand or underhand, it's fine for the look. So, see, I took it out. It just wasn't working back in the ponytail. So just make sure that all your edges smooth down so that it can go into the cornrow as natural as possible. Next, you want to start cornrolling it down, and you just want to make it like a big, kind of like a goddess braid, if you all know what that looks like. So you're probably not going to get it perfect the first time that you try, but practice does make perfect. So, and as you can see, I did not get this side perfect, but you want to pick up a piece of your edge, a piece of your edges every time that you bring the cornrow in, if that makes sense. So again, like I said, you're not going to get it perfect, so it does take me a little while to start doing this. But once you get it going, it goes very fast. So you just start the cornrow, and don't try to rush it or go fast. Like if you're rushing in the morning, this is not the style, because it's going to take you a while to like get everything laid and perfect. So you take the cornrow all the way down to your ear, and then you just braid it out to the end. I was getting really hot in this bathroom, that's why I'm moving back and forth like that. But anyway, just bring the braid all the way down to the end. You can braid it to the end. That's how I prefer to do it, because the way I like to tie it in the back. So just make sure it's tightly braided so that it won't unravel during the day. Just braid it and braid it down. And when you get to the end, it's probably not going to keep braiding the same way, but just try to go as far as you can to the end. And you're going to repeat the same steps on the opposite side. So again, I'm taking my Hicks edges and brushing my edges out. Just making sure everything is nice and smooth. You also want to make sure that your wig is straight. My knots are not bleached perfectly, but if I make sure that the part is lined up with the part of my natural hair, it doesn't look bad. So you want to cornrow this part down. And this side I actually really do go slow, because I want to make sure that it is really laid and no bumps are in this braid. This braid is much bigger than the other one, so I try to make sure this braid is perfect. So still grabbing your edges and incorporating them into the braid to make it look like it's just your natural hair. You also want to take this braid all the way to the end as well. So you just keep braiding tightly, smoothing as you go. Careful not to get any of the other hair hooked up in the braid. So as you're approaching the end, you want to make sure that you have at least 2 to 3 bobby pins on hand so that you can make the tie in the back. So you end up with 2 braided sides, and now you want to take the rest of the hair and brush it so that it's nice and flat, so that when you go to tie it in the back, you won't have any hair that is above the tie. It needs to be as nice and smooth in the back as possible. So yes, I do tie this in with the ponytail holder just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. So that's a closer look at how it looks right now. You could always add concealer on your part to make it look more natural. That's what I normally do, but mainly off camera. So those are my 2 bobby pins. I'm going to turn around for you so that you see exactly what I am doing. So I just tied this like you're getting ready to tie your shoe. And yes, I do pull it tight because this helps also for the lace part of the wig where the part is at to lay down flat as well. So you just tie it and tuck it. You can do this any way that you feel comfortable. It doesn't have to be perfect back there because you are going to let the rest of the hair out. But you just tuck it down and tie it and put a bobby pin in it so that it doesn't move throughout the day. And try to put the bobby pin in as careful as you can because you don't want to puncture the lace of the wig and end up with holes in it, because then you'll ruin the wig and it costs way too much money for you to ruin. So be careful putting the bobby pins in the back. So I only use 2, but you can use more than 2. But just make sure that it's secure so you won't have braids flying out of the bobby pin throughout the day. So, I mean, it's not completely like tight, but it's as tight as it needs to be. So next, I take it out of the ponytail holder and I just bring it down, mainly behind my ear because I don't like anything over my ear. And just brush it to your desired look. And you want to go back and spruce up like where the wig might not be laid down all the way, because I did not glue this wig down. It's just on my head with the 2 combs in the front, and I also did the elastic band method. So I'm going to take a small bobby pin and just tack this part down right here so that it won't look like it's peeking up, if you know what I mean by that. So you just make sure everything is together, everything is perfect, and this is the finished look. I had so many people asking me, was this my hair? It's crazy, but I was hot at this moment. But this is the look that I get, and I love wearing this style. It's not in my face, and it's really cute and chic. I want to thank you all for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. Bye.